G'day Field Insight peeps. Two topics. So one is pressure, and the other one is things are sometimes a hell of a lot easier than you think they're going to be. So the first one is pressure. So I've talked about it before, but progress doesn't come unless you're under enough pressure. So if you're growing quickly, to succeed, you actually need to change and evolve your systems and improve them. And that creates a lot of pressure on you and a lot of stress. But with that pressure and that stress comes the motivation and the forcing factor to drive change in the way you do things. And it's hard and there's a lot of failure involved, but through that process, progress comes. So while pressure sucks and nobody enjoys it, and there ends up being fights and disputes and sort of friction, that's what actually allows things to get better. So while you're in amongst that stress, just know that that is propelling you and motivating you to make things better. So just look at it from two sides, but use that pressure to make things better as well, of course. And now the second thing is, I just realized my wife Tash says I use the word a lot and the word just a lot. So now when I say the word or just, I'm going, oh, I use that word a lot. The other thing was change is sometimes a hell of a lot easier than you think it is. And it's a bit like standing on the top of a bungee jump, looking down, going, this is just terrifying. And the tension and the resistance and the thought of the jumping is 10,000 times bigger than the actual falling and bouncing, and that lasts a minute, but the build-up can last 10 minutes, and it's 10 times more apprehension than there is in the actual execution. So sometimes when you're thinking about systemizing my business and getting off this paper, which I love and trust and I'm so familiar with and I can hold in my hand, is 100 times worse than actually just getting down and demoing some software, trialing some software, talking to an expert in field service management like me can just take all that stress away, and you can see, I see how that all fits together. That's a piece of cake. I can do that. My business partner can do that. That's as easy as sending an SMS. So Field Insight literally is as easy as sending an SMS. I have a woman who sold her business, but her name's Diane. She got her whole HVAC business scheduling up and running in 3 days. She's 72 and she's just an absolute champion. And if she can do it, well, she's pretty smart. She's not your average person, I guess, but she did it, and she did it really well. A couple of phone calls and she's up and running. So don't be scared. Stick your toe in the water and see what it's like. And it's like eating an elephant. You don't try and shove the whole thing in your mouth. You just get started with a little bit of the elephant. So get started, get the ball rolling, and you'll find that the fall and the bounce is so much easier than the thought of jumping. So good luck, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.